Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. It's back in session. It calls number 330-462. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Eugene Booth III. Mr. Booth, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Booth, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Booth, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Booth, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Booth?
All right.
That's good, Mr. Booth. You're represented in your case by your attorney, David Grove. Attorney Grove, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Grove, do you waive a record in Mr.
Yes.
Booth's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Booth, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about August 14 of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Booth, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Booth, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Booth, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Booth, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Booth, there's a set of initials, EB, that's placed on a line that's checked with a box that's checked no contendere. Are these did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, Mr. Booth, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Booth, did you place your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have a discovery certification. Okay, Mr. Booth. I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that is titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Booth, before you sign and initial both of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Booth, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer State 1.
Any
No
objection?
objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Grove, you've advised in counsel, Mr. Booth, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
And Mr. Booth, your attorney, Mr. Grove, has advised in counsel to you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation? Mr. Booth, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending confinement in Jefferson County Jail for a period of 2 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give the defendant credit for the 2 days free suspension jail, making it a time served plea agreement, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Booth, the state is offering that you serve 2 days in Jefferson County Jail. You've already served 2 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the 2 days that you've already served. The court cost in this case is $292. Mr. Booth, will you be able to, and you already have 2 days credit that will go toward the $292. And add a $100 credit per day, so that'll leave a balance $92. Will you be able to pay the $92? Okay, that's my question. Will you be able to pay the $92 today? Okay, now, Mr. Booth, I have before me a document that is titled Affidavit of Indigence. Can you show that to your client?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Booth, do you recognize that document? On page 2, there's a signature at the top of that document that's titled Defender Signature at the top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Is that your signature? Now, Mr. Booth, is everything on that document still true and correct today?
Yes,
Okay, so Mr. Booth, the court is going to find that you are still indigent, and based on the finding of indigence, the court costs, the balance of the court costs in this case will be waived pursuant to Article 42.15 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, because the court is finding that you are indigent. Now, Mr. Booth, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Booth, the court is going to follow the plea bargaining agreement that you've entered into with the state. Mr. Booth, you're going to stand on an X next to your attorney. Going to follow the directions of our court clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Something with him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want y'all to come on back. Okay, and you could get it to your client. That's the warning. Okay,
This is a warning.
okay, now, Mr. Booth, pursuant to Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you of the following. Okay, pursuant to Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you of the following. Number one, you are by entry or order of judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.013, A, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have, as an integral part, a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or carry-on firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or carry-on firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are starting points for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse and neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective orders. Mr. Booth, the model written admonition that has been given to you is for your records. This will conclude your case. Are you finished with? You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thursday,
this Thursday.
this Thursday, yes.
Well, if there's no PSI involved, if everything is gonna be taken care of today, normally if they do a PSI, we'll have to reset it on that day.
I don't think a PSI will, I think it will be a plea, on Thursday if he takes care of his felony. I just don't know for sure because he's not said so this afternoon.
Right, okay.
Or not.
So, let me ask you this. If he doesn't plead today, we'll just reset it on his next felony day.
Yes, sir.
If he does plead today, then we'll dispose of it on Thursday.
That's fine. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's fine. I
Okay.
just don't know what he's gonna do this afternoon.
Okay, so we'll have our, court coordinator to check it out.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.